time for more Tavern Talk. Guess who finally fixed the game audio? Yay! Let's get started. Comfy! Melly! Hi, we're back! Oh, welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Blade now. Because I kill people with ease. No, because of your sharp tongue, silly. Oh. Well then, Melly, Blade, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Blade. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zilford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Blade taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. Pastel! Hi, baby. Look, it's Melly. Melly is a kitty, too. Oh, so cute. I love you, I love you, I love you, Pastel. Oh, you are so cute, you are so cute. Hey, baby. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something warm. Something that'll polish my investigative and detective skills. A drink that will make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one would ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Investigative. Hi, Andu. Don't worry, Andu, I'll protect you, buddy. I'll protect you forever. I love you. And I'll protect Pastel. Okay, brain. Okay, so our intelligence-based drinks would be Sparkling Nebula and Peak Sunrise. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Peak Sunrise again. I forget, which, was it Honeyflower? Yeah, Honeyflower. Okay, Peak Sunrise with Honeyflower. Eee. Are you excited, Pastel? Yeah, what a cute little kitty. Let's make the drink. Do, 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 do. And this time, when I hum the music in the game, you can actually hear the music in the game. Yay! Nailed it! Alright. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. Pastel, you're rolling on my keyboard, but I love you. I give you a belly rub. I'll give you a belly rub. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially, I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct. So, what will be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's see. Charisma. 1,000 wins to match your original name. 1,000 wins. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Alright, sorry. I'm just so glad that y'all will be able to hear the music this time. Alright. There we go. Alright. Extra charisma. Defense. 2. Nailed it! Yay! Here you go. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly, he likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. Ooh, this is so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. Hee. Sorry. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course. Then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty bodyguard, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty bodyguard is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Heh. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. Fine. Took us a while to get to Zoford, but we made it there eventually. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. Which is super important. You have to get a good feeling for a city if you want to investigate it. But we didn't have a lot of clues to start with. Just a few missing familiars and alleged ghost animals. So we started asking around. As detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. Sadly, most people didn't really want to talk to us. They probably thought Blade was some kind of burglar or thief. Probably because he is. One person also mumbled something about insurance brokers, but I had no clue what they were talking about. We started sneaking around the docks, and we overheard 2 fishermen talking to each other. They were talking about a weird dog one of them had seen earlier that didn't behave quite dog-like. Apparently they believed a sea witch had sent spirits hiding in the form of animals. Yeah, that's right, Pastel. Yeah, I love you, kitty. And there had been a lot of weird animals around town at that point, so people started getting wary of strange or unusual creatures. Even the non-superstitious people thought they had some kind of disease, like rabies or something. I'd also stay away from animals infected with rabies. Exactly, who wouldn't? It's only a logical thing to do. But somehow my detective skills were... my detective senses were tingling. I knew I had found a clue. I just didn't know how to connect it to the missing familiars yet. Maybe familiars could get infected with rabies, and that's why they went missing? But of course the fishermen didn't talk about any magic, wizards, or familiars. Just fish. Sounds kind of obvious to me. So we kept looking for other clues. And we found one, on the ground, surprisingly. Oh? It was an old newspaper with a very interesting article on the front page. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. That does sound promising. It was. At least more promising than the rabies dead end. We managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were kinda scared. Maybe they just wanted to protect their friends. But I didn't have time for the pathetic self-sacrificial empathy. That drink you prepared for me really did wonders. I was strong enough to overpower one of the draconic beasts. All of a sudden they were quite eager to talk. It only took Blade a few well-executed intimidation tactics to get them to speak up. Of course, I also took some notes so I can learn to be more threatening myself. A detective's gotta know her way around, am I right? As long as you don't threaten me over a drink next time. Alright. But the familiar told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. That's right, Pastel. I think that's called burglary. All it took to find out the wizard's address was a little bit of playing around with my trusty knife. The familiar quickly told us everything we needed to know. So we let them go and made our way to the wizard's house. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside there were a lot of books about different kinds of animals, daring ideas, and dubious spell descriptions. But I didn't really understand any of it. Except there was one little thing. Scribbled on a piece of paper, crumbled up as if it had been thrown away. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! Ooh, new recipe! Silent Owl. Ooh, new recipe. Also... Yep, his name changed to Blade. I love it. New recipe. Silent Owl. Ooh. With a silent owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become this silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. Ooh. Okay, so a little bit of dexterity, lots of intelligence, and plenty of strength. Ooh, that's good to know. That's very useful. And it's not necessarily stealing if it was thrown away, right? Not that it would matter now. Anyways, we were rummaging through his belongings and scrolls when we suddenly heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous. So we had to be on guard. Blade decided to hide under the desk in the middle of the room, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room. Good call. Heh. I watched as a magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly. The lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction, as if they were all infected with rabies. All four of them started to get real close to the table where Blade was hiding. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Blade. So I yelled, "Stop infecting those poor animals with rabies." The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His eyes were so big as if he was absolutely terrified. Then the flame in his hand started to flare up even brighter. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. I saw her on top of that shelf, paralyzed with fear, so I shouted, "Jump now!" Awoken from my paralysis, I did as I was told and jumped down from the top shelf, right onto the desk. But all the notes and pieces of paper there made the surface kind of slippery. I panicked and tried to get a grip with the help of my claws. I tore some of the papers and one of them even got stuck on my paw. Luckily I caught her. She's so light that I was easily able to scoop her up. And then the wizard started yelling, something about annihilating all his years of research. I think he meant Melina messing up his desk. I didn't want to destroy his notes and research. I didn't do it on purpose. Of course you didn't. But what happened next? Were you able to clear up the misunderstanding? Maybe in another reality we could have talked it out. But the fire in his hand made me so uneasy I couldn't let go of my knife. He was so terrified. I think he thought I wanted to attack him. So he tried to strike me first. He shot his fireball at us. Luckily I had already grabbed Melina. And with the extra dexterity your drink provided, I jumped to the left and somehow managed to dodge the attack. The whole desk exploded. There were burning splinters and papers everywhere. Are you two okay? Did you get hurt? I'm okay. Blade used his body to shield me. It's nothing. Miraculously, I only got hit by some debris. Nothing I couldn't handle. I felt worse. I was really lucky you made me the drink with those phoenix chilies. You would have absolutely caught on fire otherwise. The flames started spreading super quickly, and the only way out of the room was past the wizard. But he had already started preparing another fireball to finish this off once and for all. I needed a way to buy us some time, or distraction. So while he readied his spell, I reached for the bookshelf that Melina had hidden on top of earlier. Again, it must have been your magic. Because even though it was a massive piece of furniture, I could quite easily knock the whole thing over. In that exact moment, the wizard also launched his second fireball. It would have definitely hit us if I hadn't moved the shelf. There was a second explosion. Then burning books and huge chunks of wood everywhere. And with a big whoom, the shelf crashed on the ground. I don't really know how it happened, but the wizard must have gotten buried under it somehow. I knew getting out of that room was our highest priority. Sooner or later, the flames would catch up to us as well. I was sure of it. I kept a tight hold on Melina and jumped over the burning debris to the door and stormed outside. Getting us both to safety was more important than the life of a wizard that tried to kill us. Twice. I guess you're right. I'm glad you two are alive and well. That does sound rather dangerous. The story isn't over yet. We made it out of that room, but ran into those 3 weird animals that had accompanied the wizard. I recall a wizard, a colorful bird, and a 2-headed sheep. Am I right? Correct. First, I thought the rabies-infected animals wanted to attack us. But suddenly they spoke to us. In our heads! That's odd. Usually it's familiars that communicate like that. No, hold on tight, innkeeper, because they were, in fact, not infected with rabies. The animals were actually former familiars that that the wizard transmuted? Yes, he transmuted them into animals. Not because he was evil, but because the familiars asked him to. They were tired of their dragon-like bodies and wanted to finally experience life as real animals. Naturally, they had no prior experience and still had to learn how to act in accordance with their new forms. So all the weird animals, like that dog the sailors were talking about, weren't actually affected with rabies, but were transformed familiars. Excellent work, detective. Heh. But there's one thing I don't understand. Why didn't they just tell their friends and wizards about their wish? That's simple. They were scared. Scared of rejection, ignorance, loneliness. So they just kept to themselves. Of course, their friends assumed the worst after weeks of not hearing from them. It's so sad. They were scared of being left alone and chose a life full of self-inflicted loneliness instead. And then we went and destroyed their home, too. But you didn't do that on purpose. Exactly. The wizard destroyed his home by himself. I didn't even attack him. I know. But what about his 3 familiars? They went to check on the magician first. And returned without him. Their faces spoke volumes. Did he die? Either the falling shelf killed him or the fire did. For his sake, I hope it wasn't the latter. Nevertheless, there was nothing we could have done for him. After we made it out, I tried to tell the familiars that they should just talk to their friends. I'm sure they could have figured it out together. But they just ran away from us. Understandable after what we did. I think they heard what I said, but I don't know if they'll actually do it. I think you did everything you could. The rest is out of your hands now. And you uncovered the truth, so you completed your first mission. It doesn't feel like a success, though. Don't be too hard on yourself. You did everything you could. Sometimes you can't prevent tragedy. She's right. Life can be cruel. And the sooner you realize it, the better. All right. The familiars also gave us something. Oh? Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it, then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside it. They said the wizard found it a long time ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish, Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. New dragon, new dragon! He might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Oh, cute, 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 cute. Hello. I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. No, it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh. No. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. My parents were nowhere to be found. Few of the survivors confirmed they'd seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was a pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives. just like I did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Blade. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. No wonder you were so tense when the wizard aimed a fireball at you. I just forgot that I was fire resistant. There's such a strong fear deep inside my guts that was telling me to flee. So I did. I couldn't help it. Of course you couldn't. Anyone would have done the same thing. I just thought that enough time had passed already, that I could master my fear. Something like that takes longer than you think. I'm also still afraid of T-Rexes and zombies. But didn't you have any friends that could have helped you with your feelings? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And? We're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Ooh. That would be cool if they could have a guild together. Let's see. It's a new character info for Melly. Melly. Like a detectives guild. No. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fasoa. I'm sure of that. Hex! And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A tempting offer, I must say. Maybe I should take some notes. Bribery is a must-have skill for every detective. It definitely is. So you're a detective? Yes. Well, I still have a lot to learn. But someday I'll be the best detective in all of Fasoa. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I'm Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Their name's Blade. They couldn't have chosen an edgier and even more obviously fake name for themselves, huh? No, you got it all wrong. I named him. Oh? Didn't see that one coming, I'm gonna be honest. Nice to meet you, Blade. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh, wow! But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No! So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason someone aspiring to be Fasoa's best detective went mad. I bet all of that is a lie, and he just didn't want to lend his hat for a second. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great Detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Huh, you're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? Nope. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Heh, you got me there. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honestly is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. Ooh, intelligence-based. Okay. I need a sip of tea. Okay, intelligence-based. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Inspiring great ideas. Let's go with that one. There we go. Hee. There you go. This should do the trick. Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. I can create 10 tiny flames on the top of my fingertips, for example. Oh, you know, I think I've had enough of fire for a while. Oh, I see. Let me think of something else. Oh, you know, there's one more little trick I have in stock, and it doesn't involve fire in any way. Oh, what is it? Please show me. Alright, but you'll have to come closer. Even closer. That's perfect. Now watch carefully. Got your nose! Ah, my nose! You gotta give it back. Come catch me then, detective. Oh, just you wait. You're not gonna help her? No. I think she can handle this one on her own. I love Melly so much. Care! Carolyn, I've missed you. Inkeep. Care, is quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Oh. Are you going all by yourself? Course, I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Deria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this greatsword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that, Inkeep. Depends on who's in the room. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great, not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes. Something You know, something for my aura. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. Do I get paid for any of these? Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Let's see. I could try Sunny Breeze. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see. So, charisma, intelligence, and let's see. Honeyflower? Yeah, I think honeyflower would work for that. Alright. There we go. Hee hee! Yay! Nailed it! Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Care? I'd like to know more about the chasmscape that's the Pastaderia. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me neither, actually. Really? Do you think I ever leave... Do you think I'd never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Diria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Diria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Diria. Of course, how about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what truly is going down in Diria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it, the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion, if you had something for the brains to it. Though I'd be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed, great against any bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen, not that she would have needed it. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that'll give me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Innkeep? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Alright, let's see. Okay, so... either smart and fast, or defense and strength protection. Let's see. What'll be better here? With steel tonic. With citron. You know what? Let's give that a try. Steel tonic with citron. Alright. Whew, I hope this is the right choice. Do. Here we go. Nailed it. May the dragons guide your way. May they. Where are you headed? Deria, some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Innkeep. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Boggin' crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. What if I tell you that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now. Just go together. Who asked you? Exactly. No conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. And your defense will be better. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows. So, sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad to Themis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. Whew. Good job, Blade. You're a brooding fellow, ain't you? This is just who I am. I met fellows like you before. You're all the same. Often you got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Inky. Rhea. Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's so oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside? Didn't have the time yet. Suddenly your minds don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Archie! Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. That and wanderlust is the reason why I've decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Deria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea's enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You were the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with Care. That one. Oh, Carolyn, phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me, and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. Character information unlocked. New info. Wolf would hate it. So sure thing, come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. Oh, great. Oh, how the turntables. Me going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I'll have to tell when I return, innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell. See you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There is one, but involves social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. Oh yeah, Baya's quest. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest. Replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with a story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something for another round of violence. You did catch the part where I said this was a social issue? Fable! Hiya, Innkeeper. Hiya, Fable. Hiya, Mal. Hi. Yeah, never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left, and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Blade is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Blade? John. Malachite. That guy. Oh, nice name. Thank you. But if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. I think this particular quest would be very good for the both of them. It would be, yes, so you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Blade, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. It's simple. Baya is worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them. Oh no. Fable is experienced with the Mary Morgan. Baya's friends with the Mary Morgan? Best friends. So we need to talk to the Mary Morgan. And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those fade crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again, without them ever knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Yes, maybe. Maybe I just want less fire than last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe... Innkeeper, Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage? That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit, it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Blade, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes that. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry, so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent, or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise. Let me think about it. I'm gonna go with charisma. Charisma and inspiring and intelligence. Do do do. Do do do. Let's see. 1,000 wins. Let's see. Charm. So I know I want Thunder Sage. So let's start with that. This Thunder Sage? I think this is Thunder Sage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Thunder Sage. Okay. So let's see here. I need intelligence. I think Sunny Breeze would work. Okay, yeah, Sunny Breeze. Yay! Sunny Breeze. Nailed it! I think a direct approach is a better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you? Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. Might be smarter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good, but we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right, we should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Blade. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Ah. Burned to death. I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh, wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. Doesn't sound fine. Oh, it's okay. We love you. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First, I thought I was going to die. Then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were gonna eat me at some point. And when I finally was brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the Shrunion who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. She's right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these 2 lovebirds back together, at least for now. I think I need to go. Prepare for a treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Oh. Whatever. Time to go. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him while you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run. Or hide. Or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Blade how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden him with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Let's call it teamwork then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Oh. Care. Morning. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Soundly. Feels like I haven't slept so well in ages. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Raya and I will be escorting some rich Shrunion to Daria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, I'll be escorting some rich idiot to Daria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. 'Cause his friend's leaving? Must be really craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? I don't want to be mean. But I also think it would, I should at least offer. No, would you like to? I guess. And feel free. Rhea's gonna eat that kid alive. And I'm a woman of my word. If you want me to tell you that you have to do this, I'm afraid you'll have to make the decision yourself. Fine, I'll go. But I'll need another drink. That'll be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boost shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna meet another guardian? Maybe. That'll be fun, right? What kind would you like to meet this time? Not sure. Feel like I've already met the one I was looking for. Well, could be greater than tricking a wyvern chimera. You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the realm keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that. You? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else, for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who'd you pick? No repeats. Let's see. Tuat, great spirit dragon. Keeps the balance between life and death. One might consider him the embodiment of order. He is so strict, no one alive may enter his realm, and no one dead may leave. And yet there are countless trickster myths about his escapades within the mortal realm. I enjoy that duality. I hope the dead never get bored with him. That'd be nice. But I suspect your quest will have its merits, even if you don't meet any of the realm keepers. That's true. I bet you and Rhea will have a lot to talk about. And you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you, too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a greatsword of her own. So a regular-sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing. Guts and bravery or something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah. Speaking of practice, you're going on a quest too, Elfie? I am. Blade and I are going to fix the Banshee and Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that snaky twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's gonna drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky as heck solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would have ever thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water. If he can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well, mostly I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that. But there's always a way out, if you're looking. You taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe? I think you might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea, but hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex. No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's name is, you'll find we'll be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he is a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. Andu will be waiting for you. On a completely different note, Carrot, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a lot of time to stick around. So, you'd say you like it here? It's not too bad here. Thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. Ain't that air echo? I ain't that air echo. I'll get her something from the market. Or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. Ha. Ha. No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean. I could gather the forest berries myself and... I'm sorry. Gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. Don't you think people need you here? You're right. What if something happens and I'm not here to help? Maybe we should stick with souvenirs after all. We'll see about that. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Carolyn, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragon. Or bye. I ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Care. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Ooh. It's another day done. Ooh. We did it. Hooray. I hope their quests go well. Let's see. Interlude. Ooh. Okay. So fun. I love this game. Alright. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very comfy night. Bye!